how do we do this? I think, let's have a look, but I think we should be live. All right, fingers crossed. And fingers crossed you're also not starting this video all the way from the beginning, because I'm 7 minutes in. I was just walking around and talking to myself. But I'm excited. Next hour, I can finally build. My biggest problem was that I ran out of credits yesterday, and for the last 24 hours, I wasn't able to do anything. And then I was looking at my to-do list, and I literally could only do like 20% of it without AI. And my credits just should have reset literally a minute ago. So fingers crossed they're back, and we can build again. And I've got way too much planned, so let's get straight into it. And hopefully this is super practical, and you'll take something away. Have a look in the comments as well, and just ask me anything. If you've got any questions, I'll try to address them. Obviously it's Friday 3 p.m, so I don't expect too many people to be online. But I'll also record this for anyone to be able to rewatch. Also tell me if you cannot hear me or if there's bad sound, because I've had that happen before. This is very much for me just to practice going live, and let's have some fun together. Right, there we go. So the first thing I really want to check is actually why I ran out of tokens. I'm really curious because I am on the max plan itself on Claude, and I have a lot of tokens, and I have no idea how I'm running out of them every week at day 5 or 6. Cool. Okay. Have a look through my token usage in the last 7 days and tell me what were the highest usage of tokens, what I could have done better. Don't take out any confidential information, any client information, don't mention any names there. And try to categorize them into buckets, in particular around projects or context windows that I had, because each project is always a separate context window. And give me a table, kind of like even just estimating how many tokens it used, what's the percentage of the tokens that I had used that week. I'm really curious what actually sucked up all my tokens, but I'm also very keen to learn to understand how I could have used them better. Because it's my first thing I really want to check, because I don't want to keep running out of tokens every single week. Oh, there we go. It literally has run out of tokens. I really hope this is, there we go. Not gonna show anything confidential, but it didn't. No passwords, anything like this. Let's have a look, because I'm very keen to understand this one. Whilst this one is going, the next project I've got is, I just announced in my newsletter today actually that I'm going to launch a course to teach people how to use AI, similar to PaddlePod, what I did previously for productivity. So many people kept asking me about AI, so I'm doing it. It's gonna launch most likely in the first or second week of May. And this is very much a landing page which I just created, but I still need to improve it. I just off the back of the newsletter already had the first few people register, which is crazy because I didn't even know if the payments feature is going to work. But it is live, it is out there. You can jump onto it already. It is literally on thehourglass.ai, and if you click onto course, you can find it on there. I would actually recommend probably waiting on the payment, because I do need to fix it up, even though the payment actually does work, and I will 100% get back to you. But there is a bunch of things which I actually still want to fix up. And there was a bunch of things which got stuck last time that I was doing. And what we're going to do is actually create the course together. As in, I've already created it, and we're going to keep improving it. Let's go back to token usage. This is going to be so interesting, because I'm actually really curious what is sucking in all my tokens. Oh my god. $2 billion tokens created, used across projects. 92% of that is cached, reused context from inside session, which is normal, but also signals very long sessions with the same context. Yeah, okay. I mean, the context window was 1 million over the last 2 weeks, so I probably was using that quite heavily. Interesting. The skills work has used 75%. Almost skills review strategy and one-off tasks ran. Okay. Fair. Sub-agents are healthy, parallelized research and audit. Short sessions, bad good eye, dedicated repo work. Okay, I mean, that's pretty normal. Oh, interesting. Paperclip actually used 5%. because I was trying that paperclip out for over the last week, last few days. Actually, paperclip is creating yourself an AI CEO for your company, which then runs the company for you. So that's been a fun experiment. So maybe next week I can talk through my lessons there, because it's only been 2 or 3 days. All right, top individual sessions though. What is happening here? 240 million tokens used on course infrastructure for a client platform. Interesting. Okay. I mean, that is pretty crazy. That is, to be fair, the project right there, because I am creating the course right now. So to be fair, that's actually pretty good that most of my tokens are going into that, because it's going to be a pretty epic course. Then, fair enough, the admin dashboard, that took me forever. This was a fun little project. I literally recreated Todoist, but internally for us as a team. And it's pretty incredible. It took me a while though to get the drag and drop feature sorted. But we literally recreated a whole to-do list internally, which triggers all of the tasks, and we don't have to use an external tool anymore. There's definitely a question mark here around, like, should you be buying software or building it yourself? Because as you can see, I used 200 million tokens on that one. Took me 10 hours. Well, actually not even that bad. Interesting. Okay, I'm using crazy tokens though, like Portal Magic Link support issue. Yeah, that took me a while as well. And then the strategy documents as well. Interesting. Okay. I mean, all of that is good stuff. Like, I actually don't mind spending lots of tokens on there. All right. Interesting. This is kind of interesting on the strategy. I do have a massive strategy doc for Batgirl.ai, which is necessary, but maybe I can actually make that one better. And yeah, Pitchmaster broke a couple of times because so many people kept using it, which is awesome, but looks like it's expensive as well. All right. So let's have a look what I can learn from all of this. Long running, never closed sessions. Session A was open for 120 hours. Okay, fair enough. I need to close sessions more often. Every new turn replaced the full context. The session that sits open for 5 days costs 20 times more tokens than the same work split into focus sessions. Okay, that's insane. Cool. Lesson number 1. Close the windows. 20 times more tokens is insane. I thought keeping it up in one session actually would help it. But it is crazy. Running everything from, all files is 75% more spent from home directory context. Working from this one means no cloud scoping, wider tool search and skills memory loaded on every time. Interesting. Okay. Do you want to dive into this one a little bit deeper to understand it properly? Short sessions with huge context counts. Okay. 2 hour session eating up 65 million tokens, heavy skill invocation. Okay, I mean, that's probably normal though, no? Like, if I want to get it a lot done in a short session. But the cache reading dominance is kind of interesting. This is good on margin. Caching is working, but it also means sessions were very long. Okay, that's very much around the session length then. Well, I could do better. Okay, this is going to be awesome. So, number 1 is clear. Okay. Unrelated topics, always clear them. I mean, I do use separate windows for every single thing, so that's kind of interesting that I need to clear more often. Work from the project directory rather than through everything. Yeah, okay, interesting. Okay, let's go deep into this one in a second. Close sessions when you're done for the day. Oh, when I'm done for the day. Interesting. Okay. I mean, I do keep them open until I'm actually finished, so that's kind of cool to know. Break epics into focus sessions. Yeah, okay, interesting. Okay, this one also just like closing it and not reopening it. And delegate exploration to sub-agents. I think that happens automatically though, which is cool. And then for quick Q&A, use get shit done faster. That's a skill I've got. Or throwaway shit and don't invoke heavyweight skills. Okay, interesting. Prune memory if it exceeds 200 lines, it's loaded. Okay, I've got actually an agent running, so this may be a tip for everybody to keep reviewing the MD files every single week. So I've got an agent which literally looks at them every Monday and makes suggestions how I should restructure MD files. Also, if you can hear me, pop it in the comments on LinkedIn, just so I know this is actually all working. I'm gonna check that out right now, actually. Okay, awesome. Cool. Yeah, thanks so much for the comments in there. Sounds like you can actually hear me. And yes, I am on Opus 4.7, which is probably one of my issues. I probably need to scale down the model. But let's dig into this one here. How do I do this, and can I do that straight in the context window by starting my prompt in a certain way? I'm kind of curious because rather than me actually having to select anything, I'm curious if I can start it just by saying something into the context window straight away. No, you can't switch Claude's primary working directory mid-session. Interesting. So I actually need to do that on launch. The best habit is to launch Claude from the project directory itself. So actually you need to select Claude and then also, interesting, okay, that's good to know. That's the whole trick. So you essentially want to always start it from the folder that you're doing this project on, so it doesn't have to literally like boil the ocean to do everything. Cool, okay, that's good to know. I need to get into that habit. What about models? Can I change a model mid-session, or can you actually select models for me to make them more efficient over time rather than using the most expensive model all the time? Curious about that one as well, because I am on Opus 4.7 right now, which you can see here. So can I actually do that cheaper on cheaper models? Okay, cool. Mid-session switching model. Okay, easy. No, come back here. So Sonnet itself is actually cheaper and faster. Opus itself, you can switch back anytime. Haiku is actually the best one to do lookups and summaries. Okay, and then fast is Opus 4.6. Can you autopick? No, I think within a single session I can't swap my models mid-turn, but there are 2 ways to go. Okay, interesting. Okay, nice. I might actually have to set this one up then. Oh, interesting. Sonnet as a default escalate. Okay. Yes, let's do your strong recommendation. Let's do it. Yeah, might as well do exactly that. This is hopefully gonna save me this week sitting on no tokens for a day or two. But yeah, $2 billion tokens though this week is pretty ridiculous. But we're all learning, so I'm fine with it. All right, there we go. Save it in my feedback file. Yes, let's do it. Alrighty, problem number 1 fixed. Let's move this window away. So, project number 2 for today. Well, I'm glad I actually learned something. Hopefully you learned something as well as you were seeing me brainstorm. Problem number 2 today is the course. The course itself is actually live. It's pretty amazing already. The content's insane. It's everything I've learned, all of the examples. You can literally follow my journey. You can we put lots of ideas into projects that we did for real, projects that I found online, so you can really get inspired. But a really cool thing about this AI pod, by the way, is that with the community, that's going to be the most insane part, because with AI, like anybody can prompt anything, and you and I essentially have the same playing ground and the same starting point. But the difference is whether you know of something that I don't know, or whether I get inspired by an idea, or whether you essentially see something cool out there and then you prompt and suddenly your mindset completely changes. So with the community, actually, what I'm going to do is there's going to be a skill which we're going to put in there, which everybody has to install at the beginning of going through AI Pod. And it's literally going to trigger every single day for you at a random time of the day and summarize the one key lesson that you took away or that you learned over the last 24 hours of building with Claude. So literally, like if it's a 50 people cohort, there's going to be 50 epic lessons in there every day on Slack that everybody else can get inspired by and learn from. It's going to be so cool to actually see what other people are building and how they're using it and what kind of insights they've had. And it's going to be automatically triggered rather than you having to do anything. So that's going to be a really fun part of AI Pod, which I'm actually so excited about, because so much of AI is just like getting inspired by what's even possible. All right, let's dive into this one though, because I do need to make some changes. I have done this prompt a couple of days ago and didn't finish because I ran out of tokens. But in short, I've got AI Pod itself. I love throwing in the URL. To be fair, what we just learned is I should put in the directory rather than the URL. and I'm just saying, make this site amazing. This is the course website. I want to make it absolutely eye-popping. Ask me any questions you need with the question and answer tool. This is one of my favorite tricks. Question and answer tool is literally like this thing down here that uses actually the minimum number of tokens, but it actually gives a lot of context to Claude to build something great. Yeah, there we go. Make this absolutely eye-popping. Made this an incredible experience. Super clear who it's for, who it's not for. What are you going to learn? Blah blah blah. But I also actually really want to make the waitlist. I have pushed this live and people's already started paying, but it's probably a little bit premature. We've still got like 2 or 3 weeks until the course actually goes live. I do want to make an awesome viral waitlist to give people discounts for certain actions. For example, if you bring a friend along, or if you bring a whole pod along, I'm really open to suggestions. Be super creative. Give me out of the box thinking. Let's make this absolutely incredible. Is my prompt. Also, take out all of the end dashes out of the copy, clean it up, and etc. 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 So let's actually design this. It already asked me a couple of questions. What's the launch strategy? Waitlist first, direct and draw now, or hybrid? Let's just do hybrid for now, because people already started paying, which is crazy, and signing up. To be fair, we're probably going to have to limit spots in the course as well, because I just don't know how many people we can handle. What's Batco Finley's credibility story? Find it online. Finley Ekins and Michael Batco. There should hopefully be enough context about us online. Then we can give some more as well. Do you have any student testimonials? No testimonials yet. I mean, this is the first time we're going to run this course. What viral referral mechanisms appeal to you most? Bring a friend along for sure. Group discount for sure. That would be awesome. A gamified waitlist, let's actually make it happen. Let's see. Oh, there you go. All of the above. Let's have a look, because I'm really curious what's going to come up with. I really want to make this a really fun experience. I saw those kind of waiting list viral mechanics a couple of years ago, but I feel like they kind of died over the years. So I'm really keen to make that happen, because it's always fun to reward people for bringing other people along. All right. Whilst did they... Oh no. Oh no, you can't actually see my screen, right? No, you can't see my screen. Oh my god. That's a bit of a fail. So you were just looking at me the whole time? No, you weren't. Okay. No, you can actually see my screen. Yeah. There we go. Yeah. Nice one. So there we go. Very new to live streaming, so I'm glad this is kind of semi-working. Any questions? Pop them in the chat as well. And I can see there's 10 people watching on a Friday, 3 p.m. Love it. I hope you're learning alongside me now. And if you've got any other resources and that you would, for example, like to see in this course, or like your favorite articles and videos and stuff, pop them in the chat as well. Super keen to watch them myself, read them, and throw them in there as well. Those are the 2 commits, so I'm going to deal with them later. And this is working away, which is cool. All right, let's go to my next task, which was... Oh, this was another one which I really wanted to learn about. I'm curious about this one, and this could be interesting to anyone watching too, because let me talk to Claude, and then you'll kind of get the context. Batco.ai has many products. You can go on the website and have a look at them. I want to collaborate on some of those products, but not all of them with certain people. I want to collaborate essentially with lots of people, but I also only give them limited access to be able to edit one page, for example, or one part of the website. How do I actually do that? Do I give them like access to a GitHub directory or a folder, etc.? Give me lots of different options how that is possible, and then give me like the pros and cons, but also your strong recommendation how I should do that well. I want other people to be able to then make edits, but again, like just limited to a certain part of the website. Really curious how that actually is done, because collaboration with AI is just so hard. So actually, a friend of mine just created this, by the way, so if anybody wants to check that out, he's actually created getcanvas.ai, which is actually very much for teams to collaborate on AI. But this is kind of like more on a project management side of things, and quite heavy kind of collaboration, which is awesome. Whereas I'm thinking literally just like between me and one other person. So I'm actually kind of curious how that works. Let's have a look. So if you are interested, let's learn together. And I'm not a developer, so this might be very obvious to any of my developer friends. Here are the realistic options: fork plus pull requests. So the collaborate essentially forks it and edits the directory and opens a PR, and you and I review them and merge them. Okay, that makes sense. So they have no permissions themselves. They can't touch anything else until you merge. Standard dev workflow. Yeah, okay. There we go. I'm not a dev, so this is very much my dev education right there. And yes, it does require Git literacy. I'm not a dev. And I'm the bottleneck. It knows me too well. Okay, that's interesting. What's the other options then? Option then, which is direct repo access and code owner, and then branch protection. So I can add somebody as a collaborator. It requires my approval, and then the branch protection on main blocks direct pushes. Interesting. Okay. So yeah, essentially we've got code owners in that case here, which is kind of cool. I can split the per product repos. Okay. Which actually then is two separate repos, but sounds of it, it's a hard isolation. It just sounds a little bit heavier on the code side of things. Okay, interesting. For the CMS content, I could actually split it as well. And then there's a bunch of other. Oh, interesting. What about this one here? Claude code spaces for non-devs. Give collaborators scoped Claude code setup that only operates in their directory. They describe changes in English. AR opens PRs. Yeah, super interesting. Yeah, wow. Okay, that is cool. You can literally give a non-dev actually access to it, and they can essentially push it. You probably still have to review it. Yeah, you still have to review the PRs. That is actually fascinating as an option, number 6. So the recommendation then itself is 3 and 4. Interesting. So like split per product, and then the headless CMS for content, because it structurally isolates the repo, and then the content level editing is headless CMS. Cool. There we go. I learned something new today again. But yeah, to be fair, the cleanest way sounds like those two. The recommendation, that sounds pretty heavy to do those two things, but I guess that's the Claude recommendation. And this Claude one is actually really interesting to consider for the future. Cool. Alrighty, learned something new today. I guess today we're learning together. So next thing I wanted to fix up is actually Pitchmaster. On Batgrid.ai, this is my most heavily used tool so far. I mean, I only have 2 tools open live right now, which is Pitchmaster and Northstar. And Pitchmaster is awesome, receiving great feedback as well from founders, where you literally upload your pitch deck and you get really, really deep feedback. But what's really annoying about Pitchmaster is the website's actually a bit clunky. Like, look at all of those links that I've gotten here, and it just like feels really heavy. So I'm really keen on cleaning it up. Let's jump on here. Bam. There we go. I haven't learned from the previous conversation. I really need to find out what those folders are called. Have a look through the website. You are a UI and UX expert, but not just this page, but also all of its sub-pages, especially when people get results. I want you to come up with recommendations and options, but also your strong recommendations, how you would clean that up from a UI and UX perspective. It feels like there's a lot of links and buttons and separate sections. I want to make this a really clean experience where people are driven towards the CTA on the first few pages, but then on the insights pages they get really high value from the insights they're getting. I don't actually want you to change any of the insights, but mostly like the structure of the website itself, the copy, cleaning that up, and the experience that people are having. In particular on the websites where people submit the decks, and then once they pay as well, there's like another page where they get lots of insights too. So yeah, do a full diagnosis of what is great right now, what is not great right now, and then give me all the different options of what you recommend me to how to fix it up. Let's have a look. Also, how cool is that? I made the website small, and you've got this little nav bar down here now instead of on the left. That is nice. And yeah, I'm creating a full founder hub in here, by the way. So you're going to have like your dashboard, your profile, which populates with all the stuff that you use on Batgot.ai. We're going to have everything from the validator to a co-founder matching tool, which I've started building, to building out your company itself. The Northstar AI is live. I'll talk about that in a second, actually. But that probably most people probably want to use the Raise feature, where right now it's just pitch reviews, but then you're going to be able to get VC introductions. You'll be able to create a whole Kanban board to track your VC conversations, get VC warm introductions as well, by the way. And then we're going to go into all of it from data room, equity builder, etc. And once I've got all of that, we'll probably build a bit of a community around all of this, because there's going to be a lot of good stuff in here. And of course, you've got signals, by the way, for everyone as well. If you want to find the best VCs, accountants, lawyers, etc. 323 reviews have already been submitted. Some of them anonymously to find actually the best people. So always a cool resource to go through that. Alrighty, whilst this is working away, I have one other thing I really want to dig into. Alright, let's come back to this. Again, Batgot.ai. Tell me about the SEO setup of Batgot.ai, and describe it to me, and tell me what is good, what is bad about it, and what the improvements are. Give me lots of options, but also your strong recommendations, how you'd improve it. Is it actually well set up on SEO? Is it ranking? How could it be better? What are the kind of keywords I should be considering? But yeah, also anything else I'm missing and any blind spots that I've got. I'm not an SEO expert. You are, so guide me through this process. It's super interesting because I have actually set up SEO from the get-go on Batgot.ai. I made sure that, or thought so, but I'm actually really curious around how it is ranking at the moment. All right, let's go back in here. If there's any comments in the chat, please throw them in. At least we've got still some people live at 3:30 p.m. on a Friday. Cool. So let's go back to this one. This one's finished. This is the course again. I can't find Finley's background online. I'll flash it out later. That's fine. Right, keep working away. Thinking. Alrighty, next one. This one is working, which is the Pitchmaster. Fair enough. SEO is working away. Alrighty, so then let's go back to the last one, which is my last task for today, which is Northstar AI. This is an epic exercise. Way too many people have used it for free. You can try it out as well right now, which is under Northstar on Batgot.ai. And it literally is an epic exercise, which helps you find the Northstar for your company. The problem with it is there's too much good stuff in there, and it is not behind the paywall. So if you want to try it, right now is your time, because the task right now is to put it behind the paywall. So you probably have another hour to try it out before I lock it down somehow. Because what I want to do here is, this is a really awesome exercise. Lots of people are using it for free. I am wondering how I should be charging for this one. Like, what would be a couple of different options to show enough information to be useful to people, but also make this interesting for people to then also want to pay, because they're not getting the full value. So I'm kind of curious where I should get the kind of value exchange, and at which stage I should cut it off and or kind of ask them to upgrade, and what they should be upgrading for. Review the current site, because there is a bit of a model here and it's some thinking, but I essentially want you to look at the most similar tools online and give me like the best practices of what the options are and what you'd recommend. The whole goal is to increase conversion to paid, but also obviously make this really beneficial as a free product, but then have 10x the value once you pay. And I actually recommend the price point as well, because I'm kind of curious about that too. So let's see what we do here. Alrighty. If you can still hear me, pop it in the comments. I really hope I'm still live. Let's go back to, alright, the course is working away, so this is probably gonna take a while. Time to build. What's it gonna do? It's a punchy hero with hybrid whale list. Cool. early bird deposits, credibility bar, who is this for, not for, an outcome-driven feature, enhanced credit to instructor buyers, viral referral mechanics, excellent, and value anchored pricing, amazing. We're gonna enhance the FAQ and a killer final CTA, and no M dashes anyway. All right, well, I'm curious what it comes up with. Whilst it swallows 2 billion tokens. All right, back to Pitchmaster. Wow. Oh my god. Okay. This is huge. A full UX diagnosis of Pitchmaster. What is great? The inside product itself is awesome. Yep. The free tier over delivers. Fair. But I actually don't mind. This is the same problem with Northstar. Credibility is stacked properly. Progressive disclosure exists. Monetization is mature. The design system is tight. The top 10% of people who submit the pitch deck actually get one VC introduction from me as well. Obviously, VCs love it, and I'm more than happy to provide great introductions to the best founders. What is not great? There's a massive nav leak. Interesting. It's top nav menu bar on the left side between they expose 60 links. This is a pure marketing funnel page. Every non-upload link is a conversion link. Yeah, okay, interesting, because you essentially can navigate away from the page at any time. They've got 3 competing primary CTAs of to forward. Analyze my deck, view your past analysis, and check your fundraising score in 60 seconds. Yep, fair. CTA button, the text appears twice on the same page. Fair, let's fix that one up. The 10% CTO, yeah, that's what I mean. Like, there's just way too much on this page. It's mentioned 3 times. Free and full comparison of it is redundant. Then authority card sits above the form pushing. Yeah, really good. I mean, great insights right there. The free results page is the maze. Yep, there's 18 vertical stacks. Yeah, we gotta fix that. The paywall has 5 competing asks. Look, yeah, oh my god. All right, let's skip that. Recommendations. Option A is surgical. Keep the layout, strip the sidebar, and collapse duplicate CTAs, single hero CTA. I don't really want to strip the sidebar just because I do actually want people to be in that interface. Curious how to go about this one. Option B is a single purpose funnel. Hide the mega nav and sidebar on the root. The page becomes a logo only. Okay, it also wants to hide it. And then split it into 2 pages. Raise Pitchmaster is the upload only form. And then the one inside of it has the marketing made. Upload page links to it, how it works. Strong recommendations actually option B, interestingly. Funnel conversion first and then discovery. Interesting. They're saying essentially that nav bar shouldn't be in the public funnel. Keep the top 10% VC interest single page. Kill the free results page. Minor cleanup. The free act structure. Aggressive consolidation. Progressive upsell. Strong recommendation B. I mean, honestly, this is amazing. Celebrate the unlock. Oh yeah, love that. Tabs. Turn the 4 categories into tabs. Oh, okay. I don't know if I love tabs just because you need to click so much. Reorder priority. I do like that though. Yeah, there we go. Option C is actually the recommendation here. Copy cleanup, and then yes, please copy the cleanup. Oh no, the biggest single change is kill the sidebar. That's exactly the thing I don't want. And consolidate free results pay. It's a bit sad because I actually want people to see all of those things. I'm gonna go against that because I actually do want people to have the full experience of BatGo.ai to see all of the other tools in here as well. So let's take all of your strong recommendations apart from the nav bar. Do not change the nav bar. I really like it. I want people to have the full experience of all the products at BatGo.ai, and write me a full plan, a roughly plan to how you're going to make that happen. Cool. Let's do it. People still watching. Excellent. So, SEO. Oh my god, I'm so interested in what's going to happen here. So we are looking through the SEO of BatGo.ai. The technical foundation itself is strong. That's cool. Programmatic SEO is ambitious. Fair. I've actually got a lot of pages in there, particularly on Signal. The inbound links already industrialized. Cool. And the brand itself is owned. Yeah. 9 out of 10 results actually there. Okay. Bad. The root layout has no default OG image. Yeah, I thought I did that. Oh, okay, there's no fallback. Yeah, they do have an open graph image, but the fallback is actually there. This is actually the image that shows up when you share a link. That was really important to me because people kept sharing links and I reoriented the image to be nice. So if you ever want to do that for yourself, that's literally called like open graph image, which is kind of the thumbnail that you share online. Identity conflict in root metadata. Oh, mixed intent site. Well, that is fair. There's a lot of stuff on here that suppresses ranking for non-coaching queries because your topical authority is split. Oh, that is interesting. That is probably something I'm going to have to fix. And no blog post article schema on blog posts. Oh, interesting. Okay, that isn't probably an easy fix because I do have a lot of the blog posts on there. Programmatic SEO quality risk. You're generating potentially thousands of pages, which is true. But 20% of them are thin. Google will de-index the good ones with the bad ones. No evidence of thin content detection beyond just must-have job listings. Check. Cool. Cool. That is fair. No FAQ page on how to schema anywhere. Yep, we can put that in. Breadcrumb list schema. I don't even know what that is. Batco generic SAP still weak. Oh, okay. Memory flagged this 10 days ago. No evidence of the recommended quick wins shipped. Google Business. Oh, that is out there. Wikipedia would be great to get onto. Oh yeah, Crunchbase. I should actually create the company itself. Good recommendation. AI, LLM, search visibility. Oh my god, okay, there's gonna be so many things in here. Cool, so what are we gonna do? Oh yeah, and that's one, money keywords. And then also signal and directory, long-tail authority. Oh my god, okay. My striking recommendation, ranked not a menu. Ship a site-wide default OG image this week, create. This is single highest leverage, cool. Split your root metadata by section. Okay, interesting. That is cool because that is like a mixed intent site, so it's actually gonna split it into different clusters. Perfect. Add blog posting schema to every blog article. Kill the thin content before Google does. Interesting. I mean, it can essentially no index it. Nice one. Add how to 15 framework pages each. Okay, let's. Oh, too kind. Look at this. 10% of this is the top 10% of personal founder sites I've seen. I think it's just trying to flatter me. All right. From your striking recommendations, number one, yes, please do. I mean, keep the OG images that are working so far, but the fallback is actually would be a great idea here. Number two, yes, do your strong recommendation here. Number three, yes, do a strong recommendation here as well. Number four, let's not delete, but you can mark them as no index if something is you think it should be de-indexed, and maybe we can actually make the programmatic so it automatically gets indexed if it reaches a certain threshold, or on a regular basis review it. Again, I'll take your recommendation here. Number five, yeah, awesome. Let's do that as well. Number six. Put that one on my to-do list as a priority one for tomorrow. That one is essentially creating the Wikipedia and the Crunchbase page, but I'm probably going to have to do that in a different session. Number seven, start measuring LLM visibility. Build a simple cron that asks 20 prompts, weekly logs, whatever Batco AI is started for. Yeah, awesome. Let's do it. I mean, let's maybe do that weekly or something like that. I like it. And number eight, FAQ page. Yeah, do it. Take out. Yeah, no, that is actually good. Number nine, do it. And number 10, do it as well. Is it actually well set up for SEO? Yes, it is. Awesome. Create the plan of everything I've just told you. Yeah, right. So that's kind of cool to see. Like it's actually working with SEO, but I mean the website only went live about 5-6 weeks ago. So this is cool. Awesome. So where were we? SEO was one of those things. Now we are back to the North Star. So this was the whole idea of when do we actually show or hide something. The current state is confirmed. You essentially have a full step exercise and metrics, and then for $50 you essentially have like a whole ray decomposition. So like the North Star itself is then split into all of the different aspects, which is really cool. If you want to go for the exercise as a team, it's $100. That is the current structure. Right, Claude's telling me that the current price is too low. It signals notion of not a strategic artifact. The gating line is close to right, but undersold. The ray decomposition is deliverable, giving it away behind a small paywall is correct. Pricing it to a coffee money is not. Okay, interesting. It's just telling me to charge more. AI coaching is free and burns tokens with no conversion lever. Every session costs you. Oh no, that's not true. So we need to actually change that. So best practice. Awesome. Reverse trial. You essentially get full depth once and then it locks. It converts 3 to 5 times better than upfront getting because the user has invested 50 minutes and wants the artifact out. Interesting. Okay, so you kind of do it all. And if you want to see the result, you have to pay. I kind of hate that though, because you put so much effort into it, and it's so freaking disappointing if you don't get the result. I guess that's why it works. Artifact paywall. The interactive experience is free. Extracting the artifact, actually downloading it, is paid. Okay, that's actually not a bad idea. Founders will pay to get the thing out. Revisit history if you want to keep coming back to it. Okay, interesting. One and done tools die. Quarterly rerun prompts and input metrics track. In case study gallery works. Human annotation tier. Yeah, okay. I actually offered that. Like, if you want me to review it, I can do it. And then essentially it's saying option A, B, C. It recommends option B with a subscription option, which is reverse trial and artifact paywall. So full exercise, including viewing the array on screen. And paid is actually exporting and keeping / sharing it. See below. Okay. I mean, I'm actually open to that. But it actually is more expensive. Cool. Okay. I mean, I don't mind that at all. Free completes the exercise. Paid operationalizes it. Why these prices sweet spot before founder expenses without approval. It's expensive enough to be taken seriously. Free conversion taxes to lay on. Cool, okay. Write me a full plan for your strong recommendation. Just so I can see what you've actually got in there, so I can tell you what to keep in there and what to take out. Just put numbers against it so I can easily give you the feedback. Ideally in a table. Yeah, it's always ideally dealing with a table. It's always an easy way to give feedback to Claude. Alrighty, back to our course. Oh wow, geez, it's already live. Wow, okay. Let's have a look at it. Open on my Chrome. I mean, to be fair, I probably should have just copy and pasted this link here. But, wow, okay, there you go. This was the website previously. And this is the website now. Code Once opens in May, 50 seats only. Stop reading out. I start shipping it. I actually loved it. Join the waitlist. Nice one. This is awesome. You know, AI is the biggest shift in decade. You just haven't shipped anything yet. In 4 weeks, you're going to close the gap. Honest answer. Is this for you? Honest answer, maybe not. That's kind of funny. We just need to make this a little bit better. And what you walk away with is essentially a working project. Yep, Claude workflow. For every day, 40 builders, peers in your corner, and confidence to ship without engineers. Loved it. It's built for non-technical builders. Love it. And yes, there's going to be a lot of tips in there Friday calls with Finley and myself, matched positive 45 people, and community real project, written lessons and screenshots. Yes. 5 weeks. Oh, it just got extended by a week. Real deliverables every single day. Oh, now there we go. Pre-work. Yeah, nice one. It actually included all of the course stuff already in here. To be fair, we actually might want to put some more content in there, and taught by builders, not theorists. Love that, but we'll probably want to put pictures in there. Oh my god, it's got me as government advisor. That's terrible. Definitely not an advisor. The more friends you bring, the less you pay. Oh man, cool. This is the viral feature. One friend is 10% off for you and your friend. Love that. 3 friends, 25% off your enrollment. And 5 friends, free seat, 100% off. Love that. Pod pricing. Perfect. This is awesome. And then, oh, interesting. It's got a prepaid early bird option. I mean, I do just need to launch it and everything. I mean, this is pretty awesome. I definitely want to take it to core out feature now. There is not enough time to have calls for everybody. This is great. Okay, cool. I'll keep fixing that one up. Let's move that one to the side because we're running out of time. It's already 3:45. Alrighty. Back to Pitchmaster. Where the plan is written up. The phase map essentially is landing CEO, free act 2, act 3, free footer, paid results reorder, paid celebration banner, love that, paid backer review compressed, cross-cutting copy cleanup, top times moved, Q&A verification reps. Love it. Oh, and by the way, there's a new Claude feature now with the recap at the bottom here, which is actually super interesting. Oh, you can actually disable them as well if you want to. But it is actually super helpful when you have so many Claude Code sessions open at any given time. Okay, I mean, let's do it. Execute, but make sure that nothing breaks, just in case, because people are actually using it all the time. All right, well, Pitchmaster should be working away, so I'm just going to move that over again. SEO, back to SEO. Let's get a whole PRD. This is hilarious because it always has like a week 1, week 2, week 4, but it's just going to do everything in the next 20 minutes. And then 2 flag decisions. LLM tracker is API only versus scraping. Start API. Oh, I don't. Okay. Think content threshold. Tune up first week of real data. Say the word when you want to start executing. Awesome. Let's do it all. For the API only, use a free API tool. You already have all of the connectors. So choose the best one and have a fallback option as well. So this is also one of my favorite prompts because it always usually tries to do Anthropic API, but you obviously need to pay for that one. But I found that on Grok and Gemini, you actually get quite a few kind of like free tokens as well, which you can use until you run out. And when you do run out, you then have a fallback option and it uses the next kind of free API. So far, I've always been getting away with using lots of free APIs, and I haven't actually paid for any Anthropic APIs just yet. Cool. Okay, that's working away. And the last one here is then, wow, the North Star exercise. Oh my god, it's a big one. The monetization plan itself. Pro, I mean, we're gonna have to change it into AUD. Pro subscription team. Wow, okay. I'm gonna have to read for all of that. It's a 65-hour build. That's gonna be interesting to watch. Cool. Okay. Well, I'm gonna do that in the session afterwards. For now, let's end the session. This was 50 minutes of me building 5 different things, and honestly, today we actually probably learned more than just a practical aspect, because I really want to understand SEO as well as the token usage. So you actually learned a bunch of stuff with me, and any questions, pop them in the comments. I'll put this up on YouTube and on Batgirl.ai as well, so you can rewatch it. And I hope you enjoyed the Friday 3 p.m. session. Thanks so much for joining.